Pianostyle 100 training. Try this. Go to your keyboard. I'm training on a grand piano. Hit any white note in any octave. Try to identify one note. F, E, D, C goes down. G, A, B, C goes up. Now watch the video. This is a free app called Functional Ear Trainer.
We're doing ear training first thing in the morning, about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. 10 o'clock. F, E, D, C, E, D, C, G, C. That's a B, C, it's a leading tone, B, C, E, D, C, B, C, E, D, C, G, C, F, E, D, C. F goes down to C, and G goes up to C. And it doesn't work any other way with the functional ear training. It must follow that pattern. At A, B, C. So this is, I went A, so that's, I don't think of that as a 6. You can if you want to, but I just think of it as I'm 3 notes away, 3 counts away from, I'm 3 counts away. I can think of it as A. I can think of it as 6, but I really just think of it as 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1. Anyways, it has to have 3 in there. Okay? And you can think of it as 6, 7, 8, but I wouldn't think of it that way. That's a root. And I'll hit the root over here again. Da, da. I'm on my what called lazy D. I tell a little story about I was in a game one time. I was playing soccer. I begged the coach. I was trying to get out of it because I was just running up and down the field. I wasn't used to the position I was playing. I was playing halfback, and I'm normally playing fullback, which is defensive. And we didn't run as much, and so anyways, so I didn't train as hard. So after I got done with it, that day I trained harder, and I was able to play any position I was put into eventually, because I trained harder after that. But I call this the lazy D because I wanted out so bad. Take me out, coach, take me out. I was in pain, literally. So E, D, okay? E, D, lazy D. A, B, C, A, B, C, G, C, that's the cadence. And when I do the note training that I do, a lot of times I'll not be looking one time 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning after I've been doing this training for a while. And I was doing the reading the notes and everything, and I was showing how that was done. And as I went through it, F, E, D, C, let's keep on going. And as I was going through it, I noticed that I wasn't even looking at the notes. I was just putting the answers. I would put the answers down, okay? And it was sounding like, it was almost sounding like a pinball machine going off. It was it was almost that fast, okay? And that was on the F bass clef, which is the key to reading music, because most people know the top. They're so used to the top, the treble clef, but the bass clef. And I had a problem for years. I'd be like a 10 times better musician if I had really, really known how to read music all the way through, because I've been doing it since I was, well, let's just say the 60s. Okay, that's a B. I play about 10 different instruments. That's a C. That's a C again. That's a C again. What is this up with a C? But C, G. That's your cadence. A, B, C. A, B, C. I don't know what. D, C, lazy D. B, leading tone. C. G, A, B, C. I couldn't do this if my life would have depended before I learned this system. B, C. I don't think I made a mistake. A, B, C. Now sometime I'll get off and I'll not be thinking and I'll be G, C. I'm trying. F, B, D, C. E, D, C. C. E, D, C. D, lazy D, C. B, C. Okay? C. Thinking about something else. That was A. B, C, C. That's a G. Okay. E, no. D, C. E, no, F, B, D, C. Until I make a mistake. A, B, C. B, C. C. D, C. G, C. Okay, that's a C. That's a B, C, E, D, C, B, C, D, C, F, B, D, C, D, C, E, D, C, G, C. Looking. G. Now I really got somebody over there. To, hey, they're looking. They're holding up signs. I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. That's a B. B, C. No, nothing. Nothing. I missed. G, A, B, C. A, B, C. I was almost looking that time. E, C. G, C is the cadence. D, lazy D, C, A, C, E, C, C, G, C. Okay. E, D, C, D, C, G, C. I knew when I did that I was going to make the C7 chord, so. Okay. G, C, C7 chord. F, B, D, C. That's an F. So it really helps you kind of that way in a weird way, but that's an F. And I've got an F. And then I got a B flat 7. And then I got a B flat 7, flat 9. And I got an F again. D, C, G, A, B, C. Nothing missed so far. Almost missed some, but it didn't. D, no, wait a minute. D, C, yes. Oh. That's a B. Yeah. F, B, D, C. anyways, it works. And I could never do that. You could have given me $1 million. Maybe after a month, I might have figured it out. And it's called Punctual Ear Training, and it's a free app. And so I could have done that all day long. And by the way, it does make you little by little, as you play, you start noticing things. One day I was noticing that I hit a note in my mind, and I had done this so many times. Da, 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 da. I was teaching minuet in G so many times that I started hearing this. Da, 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 da. So after a while, after learning this system, I said, wait a minute, I got like 2 different ways that I know, because I'm going, boom, boom. Okay, so I said, well, if this is a D, okay, and I'd already learned this about this lazy D, then I would know this. I would know what the C sounded like. I would know it, da, da. And then when you get that done, then you start knowing, wait a minute, I should be able to get that leading tone. Ba, ba. So right there, you actually are learning, and then you can do songs like Joy to the World. And I noticed that just a while back. I was doing some, Christmas songs and stuff. And I noticed, I said, wait a minute, all this is just, and all that is, and that's Joy to the World. Joy to the world. Okay, so that right there is another way that you can remember, start learning your, just songs that make sense for you. Take something that makes sense for you. Greensleeve. Okay, so you can start learning, and there's people that say, and there's different, what they call pedagogies, but teaching methods. And I don't consider myself a teacher. I don't have the certification. I would like one of these days maybe to go to college. I know it's like I'm in my 60s, and one of these days I would like to go to college and finish up, all my, really start putting them together, my thoughts, and maybe write some books and stuff. But long ways from that right now. I'm actually writing a book, but it's a long ways from publishing. It's got all kinds of jazz, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it.